So the first step, we're jumping right in. The first step to being able to choose the right life partner is knowing who you are. I cannot stress this enough. I have a saying that I go by, and it is a woman cannot successfully choose the right life partner for herself until she first knows who she is. Now, this is a step that most people don't like because automatically off the bat, it sounds like I'm giving you work to do. Another assignment that's going to send me back to spending time with myself and self-love and knowing who I am and all of these things that you probably have heard before. Because I'm sure if you're new to this self-development journey, then you probably haven't heard that before. But if you've been on this journey for a while, because mostly the people that come to me are people who've tried relationships and it just has not worked out for them in the past. They don't know why they keep choosing the same people over again, either with different names, with different faces. But after spending time with that person, and sometimes years, they realize, oh my God, you're just like my last relationship. I just changed location, I just changed names, but you are basically the same person. Why is it that I keep choosing the same person over and over and over again? And it all goes back to you have not really taken the time to sit down and really analyze why. Asking yourself the questions of why you keep choosing the same person. So so this is why we want to talk about the first step is really knowing who you are. So you have to know who you are so you can know who's going to be a good fit for you. Now, in the email that you receive, I gave you like a list of things that you need to start thinking about, questions you need to start thinking about, so you can start going down the process of knowing who you are. But because now you decided to take it up a notch, you purchased the video. Now I'm going to go in deeper with you to really give you some sound examples of things that you can do, practical things to really help you discover who you are so you can be ready and equipped to being able to identify the right life partner for you and make great choices from here on out. So the first thing I said, it's a self-assessment. Who are you? Who are you? When I say who are you? When I ask you who you are, when I ask you who are you, I mean who are you at the core? We all know who we are. Surfacing, we know what our favorite colors are, the foods we like to eat, the places we like to go. But when I say who are you? I want you to start thinking in the sense of your values, your morals. What do you stand for? What do you stand for? What do you want to be known for? What really defines you as an individual? I talk about values, and there's this exercise that I love to do with people, and it's really giving them like this list of words when we talk about spirituality, love, politics, physique, examples. It could be like God, spirituality, calmness, a list of different words, dominance, excellence. And you really have to go down this list of words and really pick the words that really stand out to you, And I think I'm going to create an attachment that you can really download to do this exercise. Now, when you do this exercise, when the first time you look at the exercise, you look at the list of words and it seems like a lot of words. But what I really want you to do is really circle the top 5 words that really speak to who you are as an individual. Now, I'm already going to warn you, this is going to be a hard exercise because there are so many words on that piece of paper, and it's going to be really hard to narrow it down to just 5 words. But it is so important and crucial that you do that, because it's like we're out there dating, we're meeting all these different people, we have all these requirements, we have all these things that we're looking for, but realistically, you're not going to get everything you want in one person. And that's fine. We're not perfect, so we can't expect perfection. But what you can expect and what you should expect is to find and choose someone who aligns with your core values, the things that you say are the most important things to you, that defines you as an individual, the things that are so important to you at the core, things that you are not willing to negotiate on. These are your non-negotiables. Without these things, you know you're not feeling like you're alive in your relationship. You're not feeling like you have a voice. You don't feel your significance and your value in the relationship if those needs are not being met. And I'll share mine with you. When I did this exercise a few years ago, it was really eye-opening for me. It really helped me to identify the things in my life that really mattered to me. And up until that point, I had been operating in them and didn't even realize that I was actually operating from this place of my values. So mine was always God, family, and I forgot my third one was, oh my God, I know God is my first. So I think for me, having someone who loved God, who allowed God to be the leader of his life, that was a priority for me. And even when I met my husband, that was something that I really had a conversation with him, that I wanted a man who loved God, who honored God, who had a relationship with God, and he was not going to put anything before God. So that was really, really important to me. The next thing was family. I really value family. I really think, having a strong family foundation, having a healthy relationship with your family is very important. Like my family were very close knit. So I knew I had to choose someone who also valued family, because if not, that simply would not have worked, because my family were always together. We're always having dinners. We're always on the phone. So for me, and we're always spending time together, and we're very supportive of one another. So to find a life partner, to have chosen a life partner who really was not close with his family, or who didn't see the importance of creating of strong family dynamics and being very inclusive, that was going to be very challenging for me. The other thing was, I like freedom. I like the ability to create and just to have the flexibility to choose. I love spirituality. I just love to worship God. I love to be able to do the things that I love. I'm very passionate about flexibility. So I wanted someone who was very flexible, who would be adaptable, because I love to travel. I like to see the world. So I wanted someone who was very open to new experiences, and who wasn't really so stuck in his ways that he was not open to new adventures and wanted to see the world with me. So for me, that was very important. So needless to say, my husband checked on all those three things. Now, there were other things I'm very passionate about. There are a lot of other things on that list of paper that you're going to receive. But initially, I had to narrow it down. I had to pick, if I can't have everything, what are the things that I simply cannot live without? So, and that's how I want you to look at this exercise. What are the things that you are not willing to live without, nor do you want to? So that's really what the values exercise is about. So I want to hear, message me, let me know how the values exercise went for you. And then we'll and if you need more additional help, send me a message. We'll see how we can work you into really having some more one-on-one time to help you go deeper into discovering your core values. The next thing is, things that you care about, what defines you, what makes you unique. What makes you unique as a woman? Every woman has a unique factor, and you have to know what your it factor is. Every woman has something about them that makes them stand out, that makes them, they smile at themselves, or whatever it is. It could be your personality, something about yourself that you really love. You have to know that thing. That's just like a confident booster. You have to know your thing. What makes you unique? No two women are alike. So never try to compare yourself with the next woman. You are unique. You are in your own lane. And a man is going to only see that in you after you've already identified and seen that in yourself. So be sure to take the time to really sit down with yourself. What makes me unique? What is special about me? Like, there is no other Emanuela, And I'm not really concerned with a man leaving me for another woman because I know the value. I know what I bring to the table as a woman. So there is never competition. There is no competition. People like what they like, and they're going to be attracted to the people that they are attracted to and choose the people that they choose based on what's important to them. Okay, so if a person is not choosing you, it's not necessarily something is wrong with you. You're just not in alignment with what they want or where they're going in their future. And that's why I really encourage people to know themselves. Because if you know yourself, you know what's a good fit for you and what's not. And even when you come across someone who haven't done the work on themselves, a lot of time when people are hopping from from one relationship to another, even men, is that they haven't taken the time to be still and really ask themselves, what's really important? What am I really looking for in a woman? What kind of future do I want to create? And who's going to help me? Who's a suitable life partner for me? So they haven't done that. So don't allow them to put you in a rotation while they're trying to figure themselves out. You automatically take yourself out of rotation because you are not on rotation, because you are set apart, you are unique, and you are a good fit for the right man. And once he's done the work on himself, he's clearly going to be able to see you for who you are and the value that you are going to be able to bring into his life. The next step is, and B, what are your strengths? What are the things that you are good at? And you really have to be able to identify the strengths. What is it? What are the things that you truly excel in? What are some things that come naturally for you? I think God didn't give everyone everything, but he gave everyone something. So there is something, a special skill set, a special skill that you have. So you have to be able to identify what makes you stand out. What are your strengths? What are things that people say about you? What do people come to you for? Everyone has something, has a friend that calls you every time they have some type of problem. Like for me, it was always relationships. People always came to me when they had relationship issues. They had relationship, I'm dating this guy, Manuela. What do you think? You think he's a good fit? I'm going to bring him over so you can talk to him, so you can tell me, what do you think? So it was always relationship for me. I even found myself as a young age trying to handle my parents' relationship issues. So it was just something that I always enjoyed and I found pleasure in doing. And I discovered not only did I really enjoy it, it brings me joy, but I think I'm really good at it. So it came natural for me when it came to dating and relationship, being able to identify people's intentions, are they a good fit for me, and how to know if this is going to be someone that I can go the long haul with. Is it just a temporary situation? Is it someone I should be planning a future with, or is this Mr. Right Now? So I was really good at being able to very early on identify what I wanted and what the purpose of the relationship was at the time. So that's really something this is a skill set that you really, but it comes from knowing yourself and knowing your strength and knowing the things that you are good at and not being afraid to ask for help and really educating yourself in the areas where you feel like, I really don't know this, I really struggle. And I applaud you for even taking this step, because you're saying, you realize that, hey, I need some help in this area. There are some areas I'm sure things you do really well, and I probably could come to you for help in those other areas of my life. But relationship, you realize that there is something that I don't know. There's a reason why I keep making the same choices, and I want to do better. I want to choose differently. So I'm going to invest in myself to get the information that I need to be able to do better. So the next thing is, what are some things that you're proud of? What value do you bring to the relationship? And that goes back to, again, knowing your strengths, knowing what you're good at, knowing where your footing is, that, you're not looking for a man to affirm you. That comes from God. You're not looking for a man to tell you who you are. You are daughter of the Most High, and you are somebody's crown. The Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from above. So you already know who you are. So you're not looking for this man to affirm you, to tell you how great you are. Yes, it's good to hear, but you already know that about yourself. And when you walk around, when you know that about you, you have a level of confidence that you're not easily shaken, that you're not willing to compromise, just to fit in, just to be accepted, just to be chosen. You are doing the choosing. You are leading. You are telling someone how to treat you, what's okay, what's not, based on how you treat yourself. Okay. The next thing I encourage people to do is write your life mission. Your life mission, what problem were you created to solve? You need to write your life mission. And the reason I say this is because you have to know, what are you passionate about? What is your life's work? What do you want to do with your life? Don't just wait for someone to come rescue you so you can just go and be someone's wife. And that's fine if that's all you aspire to be. Even so, you need to know you were created to do something. Even if it's just to be the best mother, be a house, keep a house, so whatever it is, be a supportive spouse. But you know you have purpose, and you have to write your mission. What is it that you want to accomplish in this life? It could be to raise healthy kids. That's absolutely fine. It could be to run your own company, whatever it is. But I just implore you to really take the time to discover your gifts, your passion, the things that you excel at. Find your passion and write your vision, write your mission. This is who I am. This is what I want to do in the world. This is what sets me apart. This is what makes me unique. This is the value that I bring to any relationship. I am wonderfully and fearfully made. I lack nothing. I lack nothing. God gives me everything that I need, and I am fully equipped. I am fully equipped for the right man. Let's talk about having a relationship role model that you want to follow. So I want you to identify a couple that you really, really love their marriage. You love their relationship. You love how they treat each other. You like how they express their love. You just love their love story. You love how they act and how they treat and how high respectful they are. Whatever it is that you admire about their relationship, I want you to take note and ask yourself, why do I like this person's relationship? What is it about their relationship that I really like? Oh my God, this is the kind of relationship that I would like to have. For me, since I didn't see too many examples of great positive marriages growing up, I made it a point to find couples that I really admired. And for my husband and I, it was a minister couple. It was a pastor and his wife that when we got engaged, that really mentored us. I really thought I knew everything that was to know about being a wife. I just knew I was ready, right? It was just a matter of meeting the right guy, and then boom, it would just happen. But it was not that way. It wasn't until I really got under the mentorship of a couple that I really respected and admired their marriage, then I really got the insight, the backstory of why their marriage operated and looked like the way that it did. And I'm telling you right now, as a dating and relationship coach and as a married woman for 12 years, there's always more to the story than meets the eye. We look at their story, we look at their love life, we look at their marriage. We're like, oh my God, this is so wonderful. I want this. But you really have to sit down and ask the right questions and speak to the wife, speak to the husband to really find out what makes their marriage so strong. Why are they so happy in their marriage? It's really, and there's work behind the scene. There are work behind the scenes that no one knows, no one talks about. So there are things that they're doing in their time, in their relationship, that allows them to have the success in their relationship that they are having. And that's why I love to speak to singles. I love to speak to young married couples to really tell you there is no wand that you're going to wave and you're going to have this perfect relationship, but there are strategies. There are things that you can do. There are things that you can do to be very strategic to make sure you have the relationship that you are desiring. So I really recommend that you find a couple that you really love their love story and really sit down and talk to them and ask them how they got to this place where the relationship looked like they are really thriving and really having that kind of relationship that they are having. The next thing is, where are we? The next thing is really making a list. I have some sentences that I started, and I want you to finish those sentences off for me. And it's not something I want you to rush through. I don't want you to go ahead and like try to check off. And the first thing is, I'm happiest when. Yes, I'm pausing. And I want you to pause and pause the video. And all the exercises that we did together and all the questions that I've been asking you to really think about and to really ponder, I don't want you to rush through this. You have the videos, you can pause, go back to them as often as you like, but I want you to really stop and ask yourself some questions and sit. You might have to sit with yourself for a while until the answer comes to you. Because these are questions, they are simple questions, but sometimes we're moving so fast, we're so focused that we never really sit with ourselves. And not only the words that are coming out of our mouths, but what our bodies are telling us. That's another way. That's another truth teller, your body, because you can say one thing, but there's a sensation in your body that may be saying something completely different than the words that are coming out of your mouth. For example, I'm happy, I'm content, I'm fine, I don't need nobody. But your body is tense. You are angry. You are holding this resentment. You're just, you're not okay. You're not fine. And you need to sit in that and really ask yourself the questions, why am I not? So the first thing is, I'm happiest when. What makes you happy? What truly brings you joy? Sit, ponder. You might have to go for a walk. You might, whatever it is that gets your mind in a state where you can really like, oh my God, I don't remember the last time I was happy, Manuela. I don't remember the last time I felt joyful. But you really have to ask yourself why. Why aren't you happy? Because we've convinced ourselves, it's because I'm single. It's because I haven't met the right person. It's because, I feel like I'm getting older now. I haven't met I've been single for all these years. I'm tired of waiting. And once I meet that man, then I'll be happy. We can ride off into the sunset. Then my life will be complete. Then I'll just be on this high. That's the story that you're telling yourself. That is not the truth. The truth is, the relationship doesn't make you happy. You bring happiness into the relationship. So if you are not already happy, if you don't already are content with who you are, and you are filled with joy and happiness and excitement and expectations and all these wonderful things, you cannot bring that into the relationship. You already must have those things, and you're ready to share that with someone. You can't wait to share the joy and the happiness. It's an overflow, and now you're ready to share that with someone else. So a person's not going to make you happy. You bring happiness into the relationship. So really sit. What makes you happy? And if you're not happy, why are you not happy? Why are you truly not happy? And it's not because you're single. And it's not because you're single. I'll say it again. So really get to the true source of what happiness means to you and why you haven't been happy. Okay. Next thing is, I feel confident when. Oh, as a woman, your confidence, I cannot express it enough. Your confidence is your superpower. Your confidence is your sexy factor. Your confidence is the thing that's going to make you stand out. Now, there's confidence, there's cocky, there's arrogance, all these things, but it's a woman's confidence. The way she smiles, the way she walks, the way she enters a room. She doesn't have to be loud. No. It's a woman's presence, her being, her essence, her walking in her feminine, her knowing that she is the queen. She has entered the room. Oh my God, her confidence, your confidence says, oh my God, someone just walked into, there's a presence, there's the atmosphere shift when she walked into the room. It's your confidence. If a woman is not feeling confidence, that's why we settle. That's why we get abuse in relationships sometimes. It's because we're not walking in confidence. And we can't walk in confidence if we don't know who we are. If we don't know our value, if we're not happy, if we're not content, if we think we're not enough, if we're looking for someone to complete us, if we're walking around hurt, broken, you got to fix that. You got to fix that so you can find your confidence and you can walk in it. The next thing is my definition of love is. Ooh, girl, we can spend a long time on this one. This video is actually way too long than it needs to be. Your definition of love. We are looking for love in all the wrong places and all the wrong people. Love starts here. My definition of love. What is your definition of love? How do you define love? You got to have your definition. For everyone, it may be different, but I love what the Bible said about love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not self-seeking. Look it up in Corinthians. What is your definition of love? Because you cannot love someone else if you don't first love yourself. And you cannot love yourself if you don't know what love is. So you have to be patient with yourself. Patient with yourself. You have to forgive yourself. Those are all part of love. And it starts with you loving yourself. Okay, so define love. So you can start loving yourself. And then you can in turn give that love to someone else. And the next thing is, I feel love when, oh my God, I feel love when, this is really about knowing your love language. What makes you feel loved? For me, it's being taken care of. My husband knows that is my love language. I tell you that, man. I think I'm the expert. I really think he is. He just knows how to make me feel so loved, so secure, so protected. He don't even have to buy me gifts. He's just all day. He just speaks my love language. Honey, you need anything? You need a cup of tea? Just go sit down here. Children, stop stressing. Mama, Mom, what do you want to eat, baby? Just, whew. Acts of service. He serves me all day long. So knowing how you want to be loved and what makes you feel loved. For everyone, it's different. For some people, it's receiving gifts. I highly recommend the 5 Love Language book by Chapman, and really taking the quiz to really find out what your love language is. So you can start loving yourself in that way. And then when you meet someone, you can tell them how you like to be loved. Okay. And the last thing is, because I have to end this video, I have to move this one so I can move to the next one. The last thing is write a vision for your relationship. Write a vision. The Bible says write the vision and make it plain so that others might see it and be able to run with it. So for you have to have a vision of your relationship. I want you to write a letter in detail. This is what I want my love life to look like. This is what I want my relationship to look like. And no detail is too small. How you want that man to look like? What you envision just waking up? Where are you? What are you doing? What are you guys doing as a couple? What does your life look like? What does your house look like? Girl, write it down. Allow the empowered side of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, to just go in and just write down all the things that you are envisioning, the things that you are praying for, the things that you are waiting for, and make your requests be known unto God, because he says he longs to give us the desires of our hearts. So write it down. Write the vision you have for your relationship and pray on it and go before God with it and allow him to work. And you just have to sit back and trust, knowing at just the right time, if it's in his will, it is going to come to pass. So thank you. This is just step 1. Oh my God. So I hope this was not too much. I went in deep. So hopefully in the next videos, I'll probably keep it a little shorter. Otherwise, this might be a whole hour-long video series, which is not my intention. So thank you for staying into the first step to choosing the right life partner. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Cheers. I'll see you in the next video.